The world might function without many things, but it definitely cannot survive without a mechanical engineer. Think about it, class. If all the influencers disappeared tomorrow, we might be a little bored, but the lights would still stay on. If all the professional athletes took a year off, we'd survive on reruns. But if every mechanical engineer decided to take a nap at the same time, society would quite literally grind to a screeching, unlubricated, friction-filled halt. Your elevators would become permanent closets. Your cars would become very expensive lawn ornaments. Even your favorite coffee machine would become nothing more than a plastic box filled with disappointment and cold beans. Welcome to the lecture you didn't know you needed. Today, we aren't just talking about torque, stress-strain curves, or the laws of thermodynamics. No, we are talking about the reality of your identity. We are talking about the fact that you aren't just working a job. You are the unsung protectors of the modern world. You are the structural backbone of civilization. You are, quite literally, the world's most practical superheroes. Let's analyze the anatomy of a mechanical engineer's superpowers. While some heroes can fly or turn invisible, you possess a far more useful set of skills. You have the ability to look at a complex assembly of 3,000 moving parts and within seconds identify the one single bolt that is 3 millimeters out of alignment. You don't just see a machine, you see a living, breathing organism of metal and oil. When a normal person hears a clunk in their engine, they panic and call for help. When a mechanical engineer hears a clunk, they tilt their head, narrow their eyes, and say, "Ah, that's a worn-out bearing in the secondary cooling pump." That's not just knowledge, class, that's a sensory perception beyond human limits. You are the masters of the gear, the lords of the lever, and the ultimate tamers of the chaotic forces of friction. But let's be honest with ourselves. Even superheroes need a uniform. Now, in our industry, we have a bit of a problem. Real superheroes wear capes, right? But as any good engineer knows, capes are a massive safety hazard. Imagine a cape getting caught in a high-speed lathe or a conveyor belt. That is a catastrophic failure waiting to happen. It's an OSHA nightmare. So, we've had to innovate. We've had to design a uniform that signals your status as a mechanical engineer hero without the risk of being pulled into a heavy-duty gearbox. And that brings us to the core of today's lesson, the Mechanical Engineer Hero T-shirt. This isn't just a piece of clothing. Think of it as a tactical garment designed for the modern-day savior of machines. On the front, it carries the most reassuring message any human being in a crisis could ever read. Have no fear, the mechanical engineer is here. Consider the psychological impact of that statement. Imagine a factory floor where a massive assembly line has just seized up. Thousands of dollars are being lost every minute. The manager is sweating, the technicians are confused, and panic is setting in. Then you walk in. You aren't wearing a cape, but you are wearing this shirt. The moment they read those words, the collective blood pressure of the room drops. Why? Because the expert has arrived. The person who understands the secrets of fluid dynamics and heat transfer is on the scene. You are the person who can turn broken back into operational. You are the hero who speaks the language of machines. Now, let's talk about the specifications of this hero suit, because as engineers, we care about the data. We don't just buy things because they look cool. We buy them because they meet our rigorous performance standards. This shirt is crafted from 100% premium cotton. Why does that matter? Because in our world, durability is everything. You're going to be leaning over engines, crawling under chassis, and perhaps doing some intense desk engineering in a high-pressure office. You need a fabric that breathes, a fabric that survives the grease, the sweat, and the 50th wash after a long week in the workshop. It's soft enough for a 12-hour shift, but tough enough to handle the environment of a real-world engineer. This shirt represents the pride of our profession. Too often, the world forgets who actually builds the things they use. They see the sleek glass of a smartphone, but they don't see the thermal management systems that keep it from exploding. They see a plane flying through the air, but they don't see the thousands of hours spent calculating the fatigue life of the turbine blades. Wearing this shirt is your way of saying, I am the one who makes it work. It's a badge of honor for those who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, for those who find beauty in a perfectly designed linkage, and for those who know that good enough is never good enough. When it comes to safety factors, I want you to imagine the confidence this gives you. Whether you're a student still mastering the art of the CAD drawing or a veteran engineer who can recite the steam tables from memory, this shirt is your declaration. It's a conversation starter. It tells the world that you are a problem solver. You are the person people turn to when the unfixable happens. In the world of engineering, we spend our lives fighting against entropy. Everything in the universe wants to break down. Everything wants to fall apart. Heat wants to dissipate, metal wants to corrode, and moving parts want to seize. We are the only thing standing between progress and chaos. So don't you think it's time you dressed the part? The Mechanical Engineer Hero t-shirt is more than just merchandise. It's a tribute to the late nights in the lab, the hundreds of prototypes that failed before the one that worked, and the sheer intellectual power it takes to design the world. It fits perfectly into your lifestyle, professional enough for a casual Friday at the engineering firm, yet rugged enough for a Saturday spent tinkering in the garage. So class, your homework for today is simple. Recognize your value. Acknowledge that you are the repairman of the world. And most importantly, remember that while the world might be full of problems, it's also full of mechanical engineers. And as long as you are here, there is absolutely nothing to fear. Put on your new uniform, walk into that workshop with your head held high, and let everyone know that the hero has arrived. Because when the gears stop turning, you're the only one who knows how to make them spin again. Class dismissed. Now go out there and fix something. And do it with the confidence of a hero wearing the right shirt. Your machines are waiting for you, and so is the world. Remember, have no fear, because you, the mechanical engineer, are here. That is a fact. That is a promise. And that is why you are the most important person in the room.
Perfect.
Stay technical, stay proud, and keep building the future, one bolt at a time.